Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Alchemy, Astrology, and Astro Health. I am Aya, your host, and I am here today to make a confession. Welcome to the Alchemy, Astrology, and Astro Health podcast. I'm Aya Ratla, medical astrologist, astroherbalist, and green witch. I was diagnosed with endometriosis at 19, and I was told I would never have children. I healed my body through the power of herbs, alternative health practitioners, energy healing, and more. At 28, I had the baby they said I would never have, without any interventions. I refused to believe that my body was not able to heal itself. Along this journey, I stumbled across medical astrology, and it resonated with me so much. I started down the path to learning this unique system that had been used for thousands of years in the medical community. I now help other women heal their bodies using their cosmic blueprint, the unique blueprint that every person has embedded in their DNA from the stars. This system helps me see what's going on in your body on a cosmic level and exactly how to help you give your body what it needs to heal itself. We are all uniquely and amazingly designed, and when we learn to work with our design, love ourselves for how we are designed to function, and integrate the cosmos into our lives, I truly believe that we can see true and lasting health brought into our lives. If you are ready to change your life, heal your body, and learn to deeply love who you are, this podcast is for you. Come join me as I discuss medical astrology, astronutrition, astroherbalism, health, wellness, spirituality, transformation, and so much more. I'm so excited you are joining me. I know, that's a lot, huh? So what am I confessing, you ask? Well, apparently I'm confessing that despite being a witch, and a very good one at that, I do not like Salem, Massachusetts. There you go. I said it. And I know you're sitting there thinking, what in the world does that even matter? Apparently it does if you are residing on Threads. A friend of mine who lives near Salem, grew up there, made a post about how she doesn't feel that it's worth the hype to visit it in October as someone who's lived near there her entire life and gone multiple times in October. And I commented, well, I went in May a few years back, and I don't think it's worth the hype of any month to go there. The magic was gone. It was like a concrete jungle, and I just didn't care for it. We left disappointed and didn't really like anything in the city. And holy fuck, did people like pile on me about how terrible I was of a human being to not feel some type of way about that city. I don't know what to tell you, people. I went there. Um, I did not like it. I did not care for it. I didn't feel any like good energy coming from the place. In fact, I didn't feel any energy, not any spiritual type of energy. There was a lot of hustle bustle energy from all the traffic and stuff like that, but there wasn't anything like I feel when I go out in nature. There's nothing like I feel when I'm on my property in New Mexico where it's outside of Navajo sacred land and there is a like aliveness that comes from the earth. Like I can't explain it in like human tangible ways, but it's something there. Like you can feel like the earth feels alive and moving around you. Like there's an energy coming out of it that's like hard to describe unless you've been there. And there was none of that in Salem. Not for me, not for my husband, not for my daughter that came with us. Like, we're all pretty well attuned to that kind of stuff, and we felt nothing. We didn't like it, really. We didn't care for it. Some of the stuff we wanted to see, it actually had like apartment buildings built over top of it. And it was just not worth the hype that I had been told about for years. And I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, and that's okay if I am. But it wasn't worth it and I did not like it. And in fact, that was 3 years ago that we went there, and I haven't mentioned this to anybody. That was literally the first time I had said that to anybody outside of like my immediate family because I knew this was like the reaction that I would get, and I didn't want to deal with that reaction. So the way I dealt with it here was I just turned off notifications. Like, you can yell at me all you want on social media, I'm not required to respond to you. So I did it because I'm not getting in a fight with a bunch of strangers over whether or not Salem, Massachusetts is a great place for witches to go. I've never really understood why people want to go there. Um, the people that were killed weren't actually witches to begin with. Most of them were herbalists or just single women that people decided were, evil and bad. For one. For two, if they had been witches, they were all killed there. Why do you want to go back to the site of where everybody was murdered? So the energy is probably not going to be good if there is any energy there, because there's a bunch of innocent people that were murdered in this area. And three, like, it just is not really a place that I feel many people would want to go back to unless they're trying to heal some kind of like ancestral line thing going on, right? Like they're healing some kind of line, ancestral line work that they're trying to do. And I get that. I would understand for that. We went because one, we were in New Hampshire visiting my ailing grandmother at the time. And it was only like an hour-ish drive away. Two, my daughter, being homeschooled, really wanted to learn about the Salem witch trials, and I figured the best way to do it is to go to the place where it happened, and we'll figure it out. So we went there and we saw a bunch of museums and things that really explained it, and that was awesome. That really helped. It gave her a good view and understanding of what actually happened there and why it was not a good thing and why we should not, treat people that way just because they don't believe the same way as us. Like, I get it. It's not nice when other people don't believe the same as us sometimes. And if they're actively harming people, then yes, we should speak up if those beliefs are harming other people. But if their beliefs are harming nobody, we don't need to be acting all crazy and coming after them, right? We don't need to go on a literal witch hunt. Um, so that was really good. She learned a lot from it. We really enjoyed that part of it, like the history part. I will say I got one of my decks from there. I found a deck that I'd been looking for ages that was just really hard to find. So some good stuff definitely came out of it, but I wouldn't be planning like another visit there no matter what the month is. And you know what? It is what it is. Yes, I'm a witch, and no, I don't like Salem, Massachusetts. I find more connection and what I'm looking for personally in my practice out in nature itself. I mean, maybe that's because I'm a green witch, but either way, I really find nature to be much more appealing to me, my practice, and how I do things than driving to a big city or a small city in this case. But I just don't find the magic in cities. I don't. I don't feel anything in cities except for chaos. And I guess if I was doing chaos magic, maybe cities would be more appealing. But I'm not, and cities don't appeal to me for many, many reasons. I much prefer the country, the middle of nowhere, where we are now, surrounded by just nature and nothing else, right? And this brings up a bigger discourse too about like how social media has really like fucking changed anybody's ability to have a conversation anymore. What happened to having like actual discourse about something? If I said that to somebody back when I was younger, that hey, I just really didn't like Salem, Massachusetts, and probably would never go back, instead of jumping down my throat and telling me I was an idiot and a moron and the city was great and I just didn't look at the right places and the right things at the right time of the year, they would have been like, huh, well, I went there and I really liked it. What did you find about it that you didn't like? And we would have had like a discussion about it, right? Like face to face discussion. Now, with people hiding behind the anonymity of their keyboards and a screen, they just like jump down people's throats. Everybody was like dogpiling. Like one person saw somebody say something, so they're like, oh, well, I have to say something. So it was just like, when did we stop being able to talk to people who don't have the same opinion as us, the same belief as us about something, and have a discussion about it? Like there was no discussion. It was just let's just pile on and call this woman a crazy person because she doesn't like Salem, Massachusetts. Heaven forbid. I don't want to go where some of my ancestors were probably murdered. Um, and it just is really disheartening sometimes when I see that on social media. Now, I know personally that that's not really true about how it actually works in the world anymore because we do travel so much and I'm always around other people and new people and things like that. And I see that people in real life are still willing to have like those discussions with each other and come together even if they don't believe the same as the other person. And I have friends from all walks of life now from our travels, and they don't all believe exactly like me, and that's fine, right? Like we all get along. We agree to disagree on the things that, don't matter in the long run, and we're good. So I know that this is not really how it's going in real life, but it's how it goes on social media because it is just so easy to be nasty to each other when you can hide behind a screen name and some, picture that's not even you, and no one can, determine who you are. And it's just sad to me that we've come to that place in society where in person we can still usually be kind to each other and nice and have a discourse, but then as soon as we get behind a keyboard, we turn into a different person. And I just really wish that things were different sometimes. I see it a lot. It's crazy. My youngest kids, my oldest kids are adults. They can do what they want. But my youngest kids are not allowed on social media for this very reason. I do not want them thinking this is how we actually talk to people. This is how we treat people. This is okay to do, and be keyboard warriors and screaming at people about things that they don't agree with you on. It's okay to disagree with someone. It's not okay to scream at them and call them names because you do so. And so I don't know when they will ever be allowed on social media, but currently, not now. They're teenagers, they're easily impressionable. They have developing brains that don't need to think that immediately jumping to violence and screaming at people is the answer to disagreements in life. We are raising them better and differently than that. And I just wish maybe more people were doing the same. But that is what it is. That's my confession. I'm a witch that hates Salem, Massachusetts. Y'all can come for me too if you want. I don't really care. I won't be doing anything about it except for maybe hexing you, so beware. No. But seriously, it doesn't matter to me. I don't really care if they were that upset. I just thought it was like absolutely kind of hysterical in a way that people were that mad that somebody didn't like some tiny ass town that feels like it's just been paved over. Like history wasn't really there anymore. So it is what it is. What do you think? Have you been to Salem? Do y'all like it? Would you go back? And please don't tell me that I went in the wrong month. I went when I could. I was going to see my ailing grandmother. I'm never on that side of the country unless I, need to be for something like that. We live almost 3,000 miles away. I'm not going to be traipsing over to Salem probably ever again. So if you're going to be one of the ones who's yelling at me that I went in the wrong month, just please go away. Get off the podcast. Stop following me. I don't want anything to do with y'all because that's just insane that supposedly it's only good 1 month out of the year to visit. Then it's such a tiny town. If you have everybody visit at one time, you're not going to have any room to do anything, walk around, or even see anything that you want to see because the lines are going to be way too long to get into anything. So I went when I could. My grandma's doing much better. This was 3 years ago. I mean, she's older. As obviously, the inevitable will happen sooner or later, but when it does, I'll be back over there. Will I visit Salem when I go back? No, no, I won't. And I don't care what anybody thinks about that. So that is it. That is my off the cuff, crazy podcast episode that I just wanted to throw out there because it was so ridiculous to me that like so many people were that upset about someone not liking Salem, Massachusetts. Like we're all allowed our opinions. My opinion is I didn't like it. It's not a great town and I probably would never go back. If you went and you loved it, good. Keep going back. Keep them in business. Please. I'm sure that it's great for a lot of people. It just wasn't for me and my family. So that's it. That's my crazy rant is let's just be nicer to people for many, many reasons, but one of which is we're losing our humanity piece by piece the more that we do this and scream at each other over things and act like everybody has to have exactly the same beliefs and opinions as us. And that's just not true. That life is so much better when we have diversity in thought and opinion and belief and so many different things. We should not all be robots. The whole point of us all fighting against AI is we don't want robots running the world, running us, telling us how to act, behave, and think. And then you're going to go on and you're going to follow what everyone else is doing. You're doing the exact same thing. So stop doing that. Just quit. So, okay, that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say. I have no promotions for this either. It's just me ranting into the void. So, that is it for today. I will catch you guys next time. Love and light. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Alchemy, Astrology, and Astro Health. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as much as I enjoyed making it. You can find all relevant links to today's show in the show notes below. If you loved the show today, please subscribe, follow, and leave me a review. I love to hear your thoughts, and it helps me know what is a hit and to make more of that content, especially for you. If you want to learn more about me and how I can help you, head over to atlaastrology.com. There you can sign up for a medical astrology package, download my free Sun Sign in Your Health ebook, read the blog, and so much more. If you want to connect more outside the podcast, follow my Instagram channel @AtlaAstrology or join my Astro Connection community, the link to which you can find in the show notes. Until next time, love and light.